Welcome back. Today we're talking about a book I believe every adult should read, Clear Thinking by Shane Parrish, founder of Farnam Street, one of the world's most trusted resources on mental models, decision-making, and effective thinking. For decades, Shane studied how top performers, leading investors, military strategists, elite athletes, and master negotiators make their choices. What he found surprised most people. Their success wasn't due to higher intelligence, better information, or harder work. The real difference was far simpler. They knew how to think clearly, especially when it mattered most. And that is exactly what this book teaches. Think about the biggest mistakes you've made, failed relationships, career regrets, or financial choices you wish you could undo. Were they caused by not having enough information? Or did they happen when your judgment was clouded by emotion, pressure, or other people's expectations? For most of us, it's the second. This is the gap clear thinking aims to close. Its central idea can be summed up in one sentence. Most people don't fail for lack of intelligence. They fail because unconscious patterns take over their thinking at the most critical moments. Shane calls these patterns defaults, automatic, built-in ways of reacting that help us move quickly in daily life, but quietly distort our judgment when stakes are high. The solution isn't to become perfect. It's to notice these defaults and build habits that let you think clearly, even when your brain works against you. The 4 core defaults. These 4 instincts evolved to help early humans survive, but often backfire in modern life. Emotion default. When we feel threatened, excited, or afraid, our emotional brain reacts before reason can weigh in. We speak or act impulsively instead of responding thoughtfully. Ego default. Its only goal is protecting our self-image. This is why we argue instead of listen, reject feedback, or double down on bad choices rather than admit we were wrong. Social default. We are wired to belong. Being rejected once meant danger. Today, this makes us choose what looks good to others rather than what is truly good for us. Inertia default. We stick to what is familiar. Change feels risky, so we wait even when evidence says things must shift, and usually they don't improve on their own. These are not character flaws. They are survival tools misapplied. The problem arises when we don't realize they are running our decisions, creating space to think. Shane introduces a powerful concept, the gap between stimulus and response. Between something happening and how you react, there is a small window, sometimes just seconds, where you can choose your action. When defaults take over, that gap disappears. The goal is to widen it. Start by recognizing your triggers, what makes you angry, defensive, or want to conform. Knowing your patterns lets you pause before reacting. This connects directly to self-knowledge. You cannot understand the world if you don't understand yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, values, and blind spots. Shane recommends keeping a decision journal. Record major choices, what you knew, what you expected, and what actually happened. Over time, it reveals your consistent biases and errors. Decide before the moment. A key rule: decisions made in advance are almost always better than decisions made under pressure. When emotions run high, defaults take charge. Instead of relying on willpower, build principles, clear rules you set while calm. For example, I will never invest money I cannot afford to lose. When the moment comes, you don't need to think, you just follow the rule. Shane also warns against confidence without calibration. We need epistemic humility, knowing the limits of what we know. This is where the circle of competence comes in. Act decisively only in areas you truly understand. Otherwise, step back or ask someone who does. Think better, deeper. Define the problem first. Most wrong solutions come from solving the wrong problem. Ask, what are we actually trying to fix? And rewrite the question from different angles. Fight confirmation bias. We naturally notice what supports our beliefs and ignore what doesn't. Seek the strongest opposing argument, listen to people who disagree, and ask, what would have to be true for me to be wrong? Second-order thinking. Great decision makers look past immediate results. Ask repeatedly, and then what? This reveals long-term consequences most people miss. Use mental models. Frameworks like inversion, Occam's razor, first principles, and the map is not the territory sharpen your perspective. Process, outcome. Shane makes a critical distinction. A good process can sometimes give a bad result, and a bad process can accidentally give a good one. But in the long run, process always wins. Judge how you thought, not just how things turned out. Also, know the difference between decisions, reversible choices, make them quickly and adjust later. Irreversible choices, take time, research, and care. You cannot undo them. Most people do the opposite, rushing the big ones and overthinking the small ones. Build the right environment. Willpower is limited. Instead of forcing yourself to resist temptation, design your surroundings so good choices become easy. Put your phone in another room to avoid morning distraction. Automate savings so you don't spend it. Hold important conversations in calm, structured settings. Let your environment do the hard work. The big picture. Finally, good thinking compounds. Every clear decision strengthens your judgment. Every time you let defaults take over, weakens it. Your choices today shape your character tomorrow, and your character determines the options you will have later. To wrap up, here are the book's core principles. 1. Recognize your defaults. They run more of your life than you think. 2. Know yourself deeply. Self-awareness is the foundation. 3. Define the problem before you try to solve it. 4. Look for evidence that challenges your views. 5. Think beyond immediate results. 6. Treat reversible and irreversible decisions differently. 7. Shape your environment, not just your intentions. 8. Clear thinking builds momentum over time. As Shane puts it, the quality of your thinking determines the quality of your decisions, and the quality of your decisions determines the quality of your life. Thinking clearly is a skill you can learn, and this book gives you every tool to do it. Thanks for reading, and see you next time.